Today I fucked up by not checking a Tinder hookup's ID and social media beforehand. Unfucking believable. I just got played by a 19-year-old I hooked up with from Tinder. My flight home was cancelled yesterday and I got rebooked on this flight. Without anything to do at the airport hotel last night, I decided to swipe on Tinder. I matched with a dude, we'll call him Ryan, 28, who happens to live in the same city and was in town to visit his family for the holidays. He said he worked as an SDE for Amazon and has his own place back home. So I thought, well, this could be fun. He could be a regular. So I invited him over to my hotel and milked his D to oblivion. I'm gonna get a text back, guaranteed. Fast forward to today, I board my flight, and Mr. Tall, handsome if not slightly awkward Amazon software engineer was sitting in 2B. I recognized him even with his mask. I flashed him an excited smile and said, "Hey Ryan. What a coincidence." But instead of an acknowledgement, he just looked at me with a stone-cold, awkward gaze. He said, "Hey, what the fuck just happened?" I thought to myself. But before I could even contemplate his cold reception, his neighbor, 2A, introduced herself as Ryan's mom. And 2C across the aisle introduced himself as Ryan's dad. Oh okay, traveling with the fam. I get it, we'll play it cool. So I took my window seat in 3D. I changed the row numbers to protect the parents' privacy. But yes, I was one row behind them in first class. Within seconds, I get over 20 text messages from Ryan. Before I even read the messages, I overhear the mom asking Ryan if I was a friend my school. School? Apparently, I'm someone from his poli-sci discussion section. Okay, so he lied about his career. He could be a non-traditional student. Maybe he was in the military and is going back to school. Nope. His dad made it pretty clear when he turned around to introduce himself. He asked if I was visiting family, and which high school I graduated from. Homeboy was high school class of 2020 and is a 19-year-old college sophomore. Undeclared, but leaning poli-sci or international studies. Ryan sent me 20-plus texts apologizing, and begging me to pretend I knew him from school, with a full-on story in case his dad kept turning around to talk to me. Or if they offered me a ride when I got back, in which case I'm supposed to thank them and decline because my friend will be picking me up. What really creeped me out was his mom nagging him to take off his contacts, otherwise his eyes would get dry. Hearing all of it, and watching him take off his contacts like a mama's boy, just cringe. 19. Not even old enough for a glass of wine during the flight. Yes, I know, it's Tinder. But this one is on me. I should have checked his ID and looked him up on IG to confirm before I let him defile me. And his last text is pure gem. I know we got off on the wrong start. Can we still hit it after we get back? What kind of crazy juice is this kid drinking? Thank God for in-flight Wi-Fi. I needed to get this out. Too long did not read. I was so horny I forgot to check a Tinder hookup's ID and social media. I got tricked by a 19-year-old boy. Edit. He just texted saying at least he told me his real name. I should give him a chance because he was honest about his first name. What the fuck is he smoking? At least he was of age. I definitely thought based on the title that you were gonna say you accidentally committed statutory rape. After some research, Op also got caught on the floor of the kitchen with his partner by the partner's wife among other stories. Op is either a sex addict, not based on this story, or he loves writing erotic fiction. Reminds me of a 20-year-old I matched with on Tinder while working in Australia. Asked to see ID and she got really offended and accusatory. Decided to unmatch as after I FaceTimed her I had a suspicion she was only 17 max. High school sweater and a bunch of high school level textbooks on her desk. Well, my coworker ended up not having the foresight to avoid fucking a teenager. I remember my 22 coworker telling me, "Yo, I just found out my now ex-girlfriend is in high school still." Showed me a picture and yup, same 17-year-old pretending to be 20. Kids got to swing in their own age range for reals. He's gonna spank it to you forever lol. I don't get it. He looked old enough to you to be 9 years older than he is and you look young enough to him parents to be 19? So I invited him over to my hotel and milked his D to oblivion. So it wasn't all bad then, right? Can't be all bad. Seems like he did the job okay last night? Honestly, it sounds you saying calling him cringe and a mama's boy is just you trying to put him down to make yourself feel better than this 19-year-old who played you for sex.